He said I was mistake. The words stayed. They live inside my chest like glass that never melts, only cuts deeper every time I breathe. Even now, years later, they echo. Mistake. My body trembles when I remember his voice. That alpha tone, low, sharp, almost shaking when he said it. Maybe he hated me, or maybe he hated himself for wanting me. I never knew. I only knew my heart broke that day. I was 18, young, soft, not ready for how heavy the world could be. My heat always came early when he was near. My body betrayed me, the way my gland would burn just from catching his scent in hallway. Cedarwood and storm. I never told anyone. I tried to hide it. I pressed blockers hard against my skin. I drowned in perfume that wasn't mine. Still, my scent leaked. Sweet, wrong, shameful. Back then, I thought I could run. If I avoided him, maybe my heart would stop hurting. But fate is cruel. Our lives crossed again and again. Library, cafeteria, even empty stairwells when no one else walked. He was always there, never speaking too much, never touching me, except once. It was small, an accident. At least I told myself it was. His hand brushed mine when we reached for same book. Just 1 second, just skin against skin, but it burned. My pulse jumped, my throat locked. I pulled away so fast the book fell to floor. He stared, his eyes dark, but he didn't bend to pick it. He only whispered one word, soft, broken. Sorry. That night, I lay awake, my pillow pressed over my face to hide from myself. But my scent leaked anyway, sweet and heavy, filling my room until I wanted to scream. I couldn't stop. My body remembered his skin, his warmth. I bit into pillow to silence my moans, tears wetting the fabric. Heat wasn't due yet, but with him so close, with memory still burning, it came early. I hated myself. I hated this bond I never asked for. I hated how just his breath near me could twist my body into fire. I told myself again and again, mistake. I was mistake. He said it, so it must be true. And still, even then, I wanted his hand not to stop at mine. I wanted his scent to cover me until I couldn't breathe. I wanted to know what it meant to be wanted back. But all I had was silence, and the sound of my own heart breaking. I tried to bury it. Years passed. Faces changed, but memory didn't. Every alpha I met, I searched for storm in their scent. Every hand I touched, I searched for his heat. Nothing ever matched. Nothing ever filled the hollow he left inside me. He moved on, maybe. Or maybe he never looked back. But me? I was still standing where he left me, bleeding from words he threw like knife. Mistake. Sometimes I wondered if he meant it. The way his voice shook, not steady, not cold, but almost like begging me to believe. Maybe he wanted me gone. Maybe he knew what he would do if I stayed. But I stayed anyway. In my memories. In the broken parts of me that never healed. Even now when I walk past the library doors, I see it. That moment. His hand. My hand. The silence after. The way I pressed pillow over my gland, whispering his name into darkness. The way I swore never to let him know. But he always knew. Alphas smell everything. They know before you speak. They taste your fear in air, your longing, your need. He knew. And still he called me mistake. So I tried to forget, tried to pretend. But forgetting is lie. My body never let me. Every heat, every lonely night, his scent returned. Even when I shut windows, locked doors, hid myself, I felt it cedarwood and storm. The only thing that could soothe me, the only thing that could break me. I thought I buried it, but memory never dies. It only waits. And tonight, as I press my palm against my throat, feeling my gland throb beneath skin, I know one truth. I could never hide from him. Not truly. Not from the alpha who ruined me with one word. Not from cedarwood and storm. Not from him. He was cruel with words, but kind with silence. His voice always cut me sharp and cold, but his actions whispered something different. Small things, almost nothing, yet my heart always caught them, like thorns hidden inside soft petals. I told myself not to feel it, not to notice, but I did, every single time. The first time he held the door open for me. It was raining outside, heavy, relentless. My hands were full, arms aching from books pressed against my chest. He didn't speak. He didn't even look at me directly. Just pushed the door wider, head lowered, like it was automatic. His sleeve brushed mine as I passed. That tiny touch made my breath stutter. My scent trembled out, faint but noticeable, sweet in the cold air. I tried to clamp it down. I tried to walk faster. He only shifted slightly, giving me space, pretending he hadn't noticed. But I knew he had. Alphas always know. Later, when storm worsened, I felt weight on my shoulders. Warmth. His jacket. He didn't ask. He didn't meet my eyes. Just draped it over me and walked past as if nothing happened. My body froze, every nerve alive. The jacket smelled of him. Cedarwood and storm. It wrapped around me stronger than the fabric itself, sinking into my skin, into my throat. My heart pounded so loud I thought others would hear. I wanted to throw it away, to scream at him for giving me something my body would crave. But I didn't. I pulled it tighter. I hated myself for that. That night I buried my face in the collar. My heat hadn't come yet, but my scent softened, sweetened without permission. I whispered his name into darkness, ashamed. He said I was mistake. Then why give me his warmth? Why cover me from rain? My chest twisted, caught between anger and yearning. I couldn't sleep. It kept happening. Little things. He would take the heavier load when we worked together, never saying why. He would adjust the desk lamp when I struggled to read in dim light. Once, when I nearly slipped on wet stairs, his hand shot out, gripping my wrist, firm, protective. Too much. My entire body lit up. His skin against mine, steady and grounding. But his eyes were wide, almost afraid. He let go fast, as if burned. But the print of his touch stayed for days. One afternoon he handed me papers. Simple. Routine. But his fingers brushed my wrist. Accident, maybe. But it wasn't quick enough to be meaningless. My gland throbbed under skin. My body betrayed me again, trembling. My scent broke. Thin and sharp, escaping like secret too heavy to keep. He froze. Just 1 second. But his whole body went still, shoulders tense. His eyes darkened, like storm rolling in. He didn't pull away. He didn't break the touch. For that one heartbeat, I thought maybe. Maybe he wanted. Maybe he couldn't stop himself. My pulse screamed in my ears. Then he whispered. Low. Rough. Careful. That word cut me deeper than silence. Not stop. Not don't. Just careful. As if warning me. As if warning himself. I pulled my wrist away. Fast. Clutching it against my chest. My heart cracked in that moment. Pieces falling where no one could see. I wanted to scream at him. Why warn me? Why touch me at all if I am mistake? My throat ached with words I couldn't say. I turned away. I couldn't let him see my eyes. My shaking hands. My scent trembling in air. Shame and hope tangled, choking me. I told myself it was pity. That he pitied the weak Omega who couldn't control his scent. That was all. It had to be, because if it was more, if it was anything else, then why did he say what he said? Days blurred into each other. He went back to his silence. Cruel when he spoke, quiet when he acted, and I lived between those two truths. Every time he brushed near me, my body answered. My scent wanted him. My skin wanted him. But my heart feared him. I doubted everything. I told myself, don't read it, don't believe. But I did. Against my will, against reason, against survival, I noticed every little softness. The way his hand sometimes lingered near mine. The way his shoulders shifted when I walked into room, as if he carried tension only when I was near. The way his scent, faint but constant, seemed to thicken when my own betrayed me. I lay awake at night, whispering questions into dark air. Why cover me in rain? Why touch me if mistake? Why whisper careful if he didn't care? Maybe he couldn't admit it. Maybe he wanted but couldn't say. Or maybe he was cruel enough to confuse me, to give me fragments knowing I would shatter. Still, every time his jacket brushed my skin, every time his voice trembled against my ear, I fell deeper, into longing, into doubt, into obsession I couldn't escape. I wanted to hate him. I wanted to forget. But hate turned to ache. Forgetting turned to craving. And the cruelest part was knowing one whisper, one touch, one jacket on my shoulders could undo everything I built to protect myself. I pressed my palm against my gland at night, feeling it pulse with every memory. My body ached, sweet scent leaking into empty room. I whispered again and again, "Why?" But no answer came, only cedarwood and storm, echoing in silence, haunting me like truth I wasn't ready to face. Because maybe, just maybe, it wasn't accident at all. The elevator doors closed with a hollow sound, sealing me in. Metal walls pressed in tight, suffocating. My chest heaved, my breath shallow. At first I thought it was panic, but then it hit me too sudden, too sharp. Heat. My body burned from inside like my blood had turned to fire. My knees weakened. My hand flew to my neck, pressing hard over my gland. Desperate. Hopeless. The blockers I swallowed that morning had failed. I felt it spill out of me. My scent. Sweet, thick, humiliating. It crawled across the air, coating the small space. I wanted to vanish, to melt into the floor. Not here. Not now. Not with him. Because he was there. Standing so close I could hear his breath. Heavy, rough, uneven. My eyes lifted, unwilling, and met his. Dark. His gaze sharp but trembling. A storm pressed behind his pupils, threatening to break. He inhaled once, and I knew he felt it. My heat. My scent. My throat closed, but words broke free anyway. Small, shaking. No, but it was too late. His voice cut through the silence. Low, ragged, dangerous. "You're burning." Each word sank into me, thick like smoke. My legs pressed together, weak. My body screamed, begging, aching. My mind fought back, clawing against need. I tried to move away, but the elevator was too small. Nowhere to run. The walls pressed in, his presence heavier than steel. My palm pressed harder against my gland, as if I could hide it, as if covering it could erase the truth. My skin throbbed beneath my fingers, heat pulsing with every beat of my heart. He stepped closer, too close. His scent crashed over me, cedarwood and storm, stronger than ever. It mixed with mine, tangled, unstoppable. My chest rose too fast, my breath catching. "No," I whispered again, but it broke like plea, not refusal. His hand moved, quick, firm. He caught my wrist, tearing it away from my throat. My palm opened helplessly, my gland exposed, vulnerable. My whole body froze, trembling like fragile glass. I saw his eyes darken, pupils wide, consuming me. His chest heaved, his voice cracked. "I can't." Then heat. His mouth brushed my gland. Just once. I gasped. Sound ripped from me. My knees buckled. Fire shooting through my spine. My body convulsed under the contact, everything collapsing into need. My hand clutched his arm without thinking, nails pressing into fabric. It was not deep, not a bite, not full claim, but it was enough to destroy me. Enough to bind me in ways I couldn't undo. I shook. Tears pressed behind my eyes. Hot, shameful. I whispered, voice breaking, "Stop." But my body betrayed me. My scent spilled thicker, sweeter, intoxicating. I hated myself for it, for the way I leaned closer, for the way my chest arched toward him, begging, for the way every nerve inside me cried for more. He pulled back, just an inch. His lips hovered above my skin, his breath hot, trembling against my gland. His eyes locked on mine, possessive, obsessive. His voice ragged, "Don't ask me to." I shook my head, weak. My voice small. "We can't." But the way my fingers clutched him told another story. The way my scent cried out told truth I couldn't silence. He pressed forehead against mine, harsh breath breaking between us. His hand still gripped my wrist, iron strong. I felt his control fraying, tearing apart. His scent grew thicker, darker, storm breaking loose. It wrapped around me, dragged me under. My body answered. My heat rose sharper, faster, spiraling. My knees bent, weight crumbling. I couldn't stand. I couldn't think. Only fire in my blood, fire in my skin, fire where his mouth touched. I whispered again, weaker this time. "Please." I didn't know if it meant stop or don't. He growled low, chest vibrating. Not angry, desperate, hungry. His lips pressed closer, ghosting over my gland again. Not biting, not yet. Torture. My back hit the cold wall. My body pinned between metal and storm. I trembled. My tears finally fell, hot against my cheek. Shame and longing tangled. You said, mistake. His whole body shuddered. His grip on my wrist tightened, almost painful. His voice tore out, broken. I lied. My breath stopped. My heart beat too loud. His words burned worse than heat itself. His mouth brushed again. A second time. Not a bite, just a warning. A claim without chains. A promise without words. My body answered anyway. My legs shook. My throat spilled broken sounds. I couldn't hide. I hated him. I wanted him. I hated myself more for wanting. His breath shook as he pulled away, barely. His forehead pressed harder to mine as if anchoring me. His whisper came low, trembling. Say no again. Say it and I'll stop. My lips parted, but no sound came. Only breath. Only weakness. My throat refused to betray what my body didn't believe. My silence was answer enough. His eyes burned, dark, possessive, ruined. His hand left my wrist, sliding slow, trembling up my arm to my shoulder. His fingers curled into me, pulling me closer. My chest pressed to his, my scent flooded. Thick, unstoppable, sweet, addictive, humiliating. His breath hitched. His mouth pressed one last time to my gland. Not bite, not mark, just lips, soft, breaking me completely. I gasped again, my whole body collapsing against him. Weak, undone. I clung to his shirt, my nails digging in. My mind screamed no. My body whispered yes. The elevator jolted, stopping. The bell chimed. The doors slid open. Light from outside spilled in, breaking the moment. He didn't move. His mouth still lingered near my gland. His hand still clutched me like he would never let go. My heart pounded so loud it drowned the world. I whispered, voice faint, ruined. Why? He didn't answer. His silence was everything. His silence was claim. And as I stumbled out, my scent still clinging to his jacket, I knew there was no escape. Not from heat. Not from him. Not anymore. His control snapped. I felt it the way storm breaks sky apart. 1 second his chest rose and fell with ragged effort, his body trembling as if he still fought. The next everything drowned. His scent crashed over me like flood, heavy, suffocating, cedarwood in storm so thick it filled my lungs, coated my tongue, wrapped every nerve inside me until I couldn't breathe. My knees buckled. My body twisted tighter. My heat unbearable now, sharp waves clawing through me, dragging me under. I pressed back against the wall, but he was already there, too close. His body heat scorching me. His hands pressed against my shoulders, not steady but shaking, as if he tried to hold me without crushing me. His voice cracked, almost broken. Don't look at me. But I couldn't stop. My eyes clung to him even through blur, pupils wide, tears burning edges of my vision. His face hovered above mine, his jaw tight, lips trembling as if caught between hunger and guilt. My heat pulled at him, merciless, and his rut answered. I felt it, the way his chest heaved heavier, the way his throat rumbled low, raw, not words but sound, the animal part of him straining against whatever control he still held. My hand lifted without meaning to, weak, trembling. I clutched at his sleeve. My body moved before thought, my instincts screaming not to let go, not to push him away. Shame twisted inside me, but still I clung. His mouth lowered. Too close. My breath caught. I froze. My vision blurred again, black edges creeping, my knees unable to hold me. He caught me, arms tightening around me, pinning me upright against mole. His forehead pressed to my shoulder, his breath ragged, uneven. I can't stop, he whispered, voice wrecked. The heat inside me sharpened, rushed higher. My body collapsed into him, weak, helpless. My scent spilled thicker, sweeter, humiliating, begging without words. He inhaled sharply, his whole body trembling harder. His mouth brushed too near my neck, just below my gland. My pulse thrashed against his lips. I gasped, sound small, desperate. My body arched without permission, my chest pressing into his. He held me tighter. His hand dug into my back, trembling. His rut wrapped around me, thick scent pressing into every space until nothing else existed. I thought he would bite. I thought this was it. The end of fighting. The final breaking. I closed my eyes, tears sliding down, my body waiting for pain, for Mark. My heart thundered, torn between terror and craving, but his teeth never sank in. His mouth only lingered, trembling against my skin. Hot breath spilling there. Torture. Relief. Punishment. My whole body shook with it. I whispered, weak, broken, please. I didn't even know what I begged for. Stop, continue. End me. Save me. He groaned low, like sound ripped from deepest part of him. His chest pressed harder against mine, his voice shaking. You'll regret this. I wanted to speak, to say I already regretted everything. That regret was nothing new. That regret was all I had. But no words came. Only another broken sound from my throat, high, needy, humiliating. And then my body gave in. My knees fully collapsed. I slid down wall, but his arms caught me, held me tight against him. His scent poured heavier, drowning me completely. I clung to his shirt, weak fingers clutching fabric. I couldn't stop. My body knew only him. Everything blurred. The walls dissolved. The world narrowed to heat and storm. To cedarwood pressing inside me. To his voice murmuring things I couldn't catch. My eyes closed. My chest heaved. I lost myself. Time slipped. I don't know how long. Minutes. Hours. Endless. And then, silence. The pressure shifted. His arms loosened. Though my body still clung to him, his breath steadied, raggedness fading into something heavier, guilt. I felt it in the air, thick, bitter, heavier than his scent. His hands shook as they left my body, pulling away inch by inch as if tearing himself apart. I forced my eyes open, heavy, blurred. He stood above me, back turned now, shoulders rigid, his scent fractured. Cedarwood and storm still lingered, but thinned, broken, tainted with something colder. Shame. I wanted to call his name. My lips parted but no sound left me. My throat burned dry. He didn't turn back. For one long moment, he stayed frozen, fists clenched at his sides, his head bowed low. His breath shuddered once more, heavy, torn. Then he stepped away. The elevator door opened. Bright light from outside spilled in, too harsh, too real. He walked through it, his figure fading into silence. I reached weakly, my arm trembling, but fingers grasped only empty air. The door closed again. Darkness wrapped me. My body collapsed to floor, weak, undone, my heat still burning but fading now without him near. My scent clung heavy, sticky, sweet in air. I lay there, tears sliding across my cheeks, mixing with sweat. My chest rose too fast, then too slow. My throat whispered his name, small, broken, but he was gone. When I woke again, hours later, the world felt empty. The storm had left, but its echo remained. My body ached, my glands still throbbing faintly where his mouth had hovered. My clothes smelled of him, cedarwood tangled into every fiber. And I knew I would never escape. Not from this, not from him, even when he left me. Even when silence filled the space where his voice should be. Even when guilt poured thicker than scent, drowning both of us, he was gone. But he was everywhere. I ran. I didn't look back. My chest burned, my lungs tearing as if air itself cut me. My legs moved without thought, only instinct away, away. But no matter how far I went, I couldn't leave him. His scent lingered, stuck to my skin, tangled in my clothes, burned into my hair. Cedarwood storm. It followed me into every corner of my room, every breath I tried to take without him. I scrubbed myself raw. Water scalded my skin. Soap foamed and slipped away. But it didn't matter. His scent stayed, buried deep inside me, like he had branded me without teeth, without mark. I pressed nails into my neck, over my gland until skin reddened. Still there. Still him. Days passed. Time blurred. I pretended I was fine. I smiled at strangers, nodded in class, ate food I couldn't taste. But his voice haunted me. Every silence carried it. Every night replayed it. His growl, his whisper, the way his breath broke against my ear. I covered my head with pillow, but still I heard him. And then his face. I saw him again. Not in dream, not in memory. Real outside the cafe where I sometimes hid, where I thought he wouldn't follow. I froze, cup trembling in my hand, heart collapsing into itself. I turned before he could notice. I tried to vanish into crowd, to disappear between strangers, but his presence swallowed all air, heavy, relentless. My body stiffened, my instincts screaming alpha before my mind formed words. I ran again. The street narrowed into alley, quiet, dim, no exit but forward. My breath faltered, sharp gasps scraping my throat. I pressed against wall, shaking, scent trembling out of me, thin and sweet, uncontrollable. My chest heaved, then I heard it. His steps. Slow. Unhurried. He knew I couldn't escape. His voice followed, low, raw. Why run from me? I pressed my back harder into wall, nails clawing at brick. My head bowed, eyes squeezed shut. I wanted to vanish. I wanted to scream. My throat betrayed me, voice cracking out, small and broken. Because you said I was mistake. Silence. I forced my eyes open. He stood there blocking Allie's exit, body casting shadow. His eyes were not cold, not cruel. They were ruined. His gaze fractured like something had shattered inside him. My breath hitched. I pressed hand over my gland, trembling. My scent spilled anyway, betraying me, calling him closer. He stepped forward. One step, then another. The air thickened, his scent pouring heavy, wrapping around me until my knees weakened. Cedarwood, storm, possessive, claiming without words. He stopped just in front of me. My body shook so hard I thought I'd fall. My throat whispered, unsteady. Don't come closer. His eyes flinched, but his body didn't stop. He leaned forward, pressing palm against wall beside my head, trapping me, blocking escape. His breath fell over my cheek. Hot, uneven. His voice broke. Just 2 words. I lied. Everything inside me twisted. My chest collapsed inward. My lips parted but no words came. Tears burned behind my eyes. His hand lifted, trembling. Slowly, carefully, as if I might break, he touched my shoulder. Just fingertips. But I gasped like fire touched me. My body leaned without permission. My scent flooding thick around us. Sweet. Shameful. His forehead dropped forward, almost against mine. His voice cracked, low, almost desperate. I tried to push you away. I thought I could erase this. Erase you. But I can't anymore. My heart screamed. Every part of me screamed. His words pierced deeper than his silence ever did. My hands trembled, clutching at wall, trying not to fall into him completely. I whispered, tears slipping down. You ruined me. His body shuddered. His fingers pressed harder into my shoulder, clutching me, shaking. His scent surged, darker, heavier, filling me until I drowned. His voice rasped. Then let me ruin you all the way. Don't run again. I shook my head weakly, but my body leaned forward, closer as if pulled by invisible chain. My scent spilled stronger, thick and sweet, undeniable. He inhaled sharply, his eyes shutting tight, pain across his face. His hand slid from my shoulder to my neck, stopping just before my gland. His thumb brushed my skin there, soft, trembling. My whole body lit with fire. I whimpered, sound breaking from me, humiliating. He opened his eyes, dark and desperate. His whisper came low, trembling. Say no and I'll stop. But I couldn't. My lips trembled, but no refusal left me. Only breath. Only silence. His eyes burned. His scent grew unbearable. He leaned in, his forehead pressing against my temple, his voice almost begging. Don't leave me again. I broke then. My hand lifted, weak, clinging to his sleeve. My body pressed closer, surrendering. My lips moved, whisper faint. I can't. His chest rose sharp, breath catching. His arms wrapped around me, finally pulling me into him fully. My body collapsed against his. Heat and storm swallowing me whole. My heart screamed. My mind still whispered mistake. But my body surrendered. I buried my face into his chest, my tears staining his shirt. His hand pressed at back of my neck, fingers trembling against my gland. His voice rough, possessive, ruined, mine. And for first time I didn't fight it. For first time I let it happen. The night was quiet, but inside me everything screamed. My chest still ached from running, from resisting, from breaking over and over again. My body trembled with the last traces of heat, not burning wild anymore, but glowing faint, a soft ache under my skin. My scent was weaker now but still sweet, still tied to him. I hated that I couldn't shake it. I hated that no matter how much I tried, my body had already chosen. We stood beneath the streetlight. The rain had stopped, but the ground still shone wet, reflecting pale light. Drops clung to his hair, his lashes, sliding slow down his cheek. His shoulders rose and fell, breath uneven as if he was fighting something bigger than air. I couldn't meet his eyes. I stared at his chest instead, the way it moved, the way his shirt clung damp to his skin. I was afraid that if I saw his face I'd fall apart again, afraid that I'd forget every reason I had to run. Then his voice broke the silence. Low, shaking like storm still inside him. You were never mistake. My breath caught. My heart jolted. My eyes lifted before I could stop them. He was watching me, gaze raw, torn open. You are ruin I wanted. The only one. The words cut deep but not like before. They wrapped around me instead, rough and desperate, pulling me close even though I hadn't moved. My chest shook, tears slipping without sound. I pressed my hand over my mouth, as if I could keep myself from breaking. But my body already betrayed me. My scent rose, soft, trembling, answering him. His steps carried him closer. Slow, careful, but unstoppable. Each one dragged the air heavier. His scent thickened, cedarwood and storm pressing into me until I drowned. I shook my head weakly. My voice cracked out, small. Why? Now. His hand lifted, hovering, trembling, before it touched me. Just my arm at first, fingers curling there, warm, shaking. His voice rasped, because I was coward, because I thought pushing you away would save you. But it killed me instead. My lips parted but no words came. My body trembled. My gland throbbed faintly beneath my skin, still aching from heats, still waiting. He leaned down. His forehead brushed mine, gentle but heavy. His breath hit my lips, warm, unsteady. You're not mistake. You're mine. I gasped. Sound small. My body wanted to collapse into him. My scent spilled thicker, wrapping his storm, tangled together until I couldn't tell where I ended and he began. His hand slid higher, fingers curling around the back of my neck. His thumb pressed soft, right above my gland. My body shivered. My knees weakened. Every nerve inside me lit with memory of elevator, of alley, of every time I swore I wouldn't surrender and still did. I whispered, broken. Then don't leave again. Silence hung. His chest heaved once. Then his lips pressed to my hair, soft, trembling. His voice came low, possessive. Ruined. Never. My throat closed. Tears slipped hot down my cheeks. I clung to his shirt, fingers curling tight, terrified he would vanish if I didn't hold him. His arms wrapped around me, pulling me close, tighter, until my chest pressed to his and I couldn't breathe without him. I buried my face in his chest. His scent coated me. Cedarwood and storm, heavy and unrelenting, binding me. My heat lingered faint, curling soft under my skin, still tied to him. I let his scent cover mine, let his hand settle against my gland, let my body give in. For first time I didn't fight. His lips brushed the top of my head again. His voice whispered, rough, breaking. Even if the world calls it wrong, you are mine. Something inside me shattered. The walls I built, the chains I carried, the silence I held, it all collapsed. I sobbed into his chest, shaking, clinging. But in his arms I realized the truth. All this time I belong. I whispered back, so quiet only he could hear. Yours. His breath stilled, then shook. His arms tightened, crushing me closer. His forehead pressed against mine again. his lips brushing my skin, desperate, claiming, mine. The word echoed into me, deeper than heat, deeper than pain, final, possessive, eternal. I let it be.